I need water, but before the water, we're gonna start. Good zero, good reminder. I will give you some cool music. Buenos dias, Senor Dark. For me, this is evening, so it's like buenas noches. Oh, yeah. Magano Army Presenter powered by you, StarCraft. Hey guys, we are starting the bracket publicly, which means that you will not be able to say that Zero is cheating somehow, because Zero. Look at that. We have 15 out of 19 participants. Let's see who didn't check in. Jumperer, Nemo, Rod Stewart, Elevation. Okay, let's see if we have any of them on the channel. Okay, so I don't see any of them. So I believe we can go to process, check in results. Did we do it? Then we go to participants. We shuffle seats. And we go to bracket. And we start tournament. The tournament has started. So let's see, who do we have? Okay, so we have very many interesting matches. We have Dragon vs Rancor, Raz vs Fathertos, Fonger vs Whiskey Dingo, Squall vs Nagrim, Flying vs John Blade, Clone Pro vs Izu, and Quark vs Hacker. Which match would you like to watch, guys? Oh, I hope that you will figure it out, Mr. React. Of course, you are right, Mr. Minerals. Let me fix that. Okay, it should be working. Let's watch Nagrin versus Squall, right? That's pretty funny. That seems pretty funny, right? You see the bracket well. I think even we can make it better. Okay, so the bracket looks this way. One more thing. This is best of one. And from round of 8 we have best of 3. Squall versus Nagrim, guys. Who do you think will win? That's very, very interesting match. Mr. Minerals. Mr. Minerals made a BSL version of Kickflip, so let me just add it to my folder. So I created the game for Squall and Nogrim. Show me the money, Mr. Dark is saying. I wish to do it. So we're gonna have Templar of Twilights versus Templar of Twilights. Because both Squall and Nagwim were in the TOT team. So that's pretty cool. First game of today tournament starting now. Go, go. Okay, guys, I hope that you can see and you can hear everything very, very well. I am Zero. I will be your star for tonight. Both analytical caster and hype creating caster. I can also answer all your questions regarding BSL. So feel free to ask. We have ZVZ on Shakura's Temple. It's only best of one. Mr. Quark, Mist Ops. We can see that both players are practicing a lot recently. Mr. Nagwim, I've seen that he's streaming a lot. However, Mr. Squall is a current BSL Grosu League champion, so he's definitely in good shape. So let's see who has a better disposition. Oh! Mr. 10 Minutes Manu just boosted the channel to the space. Thank you very much, Mr. Manu. Mr. Manu Alter Ego support. Okay, so let's focus on the game because this is ZVZ and actually now many things are already happening. So we have 9 pull from Nagwim and we're gonna have a 12 hatch from Squall. And the fact that he built a hatchery in the main base is probably giving him a chance to defend it without a terrible damage and without losing too many drones, but still it would be better for Nagwim to go layer first probably in this situation. I don't know how he will decide, what he will decide to do after not finding Squall with his first Overlord, but we can see that he didn't see Squall, so he went for layer first, so that's very good decision making. Also, this is a pretty fairly delayed gas from Squall. To be honest, maybe he's going for the... What? Oh wow! Look at that, that Nagwim don't know where Squall is, so he's gambling into the cross position, because normally Squall would send the first Overlord toward Nagwim, so Nagwim expected, okay, so since there is no Overlord here, I can go for the cross position. I wonder whether he will find this expansion while running with those things. I don't think so, but it might be close. And we don't have a Sunken from Squall even, so if he will defend it without a Sunken, he will be in beautiful and great position. Oh, but Nagwim is going for it. It will be very tight fight. But it looks like Nagwim is winning it pretty decisively. However, now it will be close to equal, I wanted to say, but now Squall won it relatively well. And I don't know if Nogrim is expecting this hatchery, third hatchery, to be here. You normally don't do things like that in ZVZ, and you need to remember, guys, this is best of one. Loser of this one particular match will be eliminated from today's qualifications. So those players are probably not too happy to have to play against each other because they're both very, very good players. I don't even know if Nagrim scouted with this Overlord what's going on in the main base of Squall. Now he's trying to check how many links there are. Probably after seeing the amount of links now, he is expecting some kind of an aggressive play. However, his muta timing will be relatively good. If he will make a Sunken, it will be possible to defend it even with the third hatchery of Squall, but it will all depend on how much damage Squall will be able to do with those things, because those are the critical one. Muta will be healed like 3 seconds, so he needs to stall for as much as he can, as long as he can. He don't have money for the Sunken, so I think this is the Squall victory. This is already too many drones going down, and those two mutas will not save him from doing anything. And we can see, yeah, I don't even think he has enough DPS to prevent those links from killing him, simply eliminating him. And Squall can simply build the links forever. So GG from Nogrim, very intelligent strategy from Squall. This is how ZVZ looks like, guys. Pretty funny. Let's see. So, unfortunately, Mr. Nagrim is eliminated. Now we have Dragon versus Shaolin. That might be interesting as well. Let's see. We have Mr. Quark. We might see Mr. Quark playing against Clone Pro or Izuel, who is Izu. That would be interesting match as well. Squall versus Flying now. Raz versus Fathertos would be a very interesting PvP in my opinion, but maybe we can watch it later. So Dragon versus Shaolin would be probably the only match which is available for now, and I think it's pretty cool match to check it out. Oh, Mr. Quark, yeah, wrong direction. Is the elite players, and the funny thing is that it wouldn't work against weak players. Only the good players who understand how the scouting mechanism works can be fished into this strategy. Oh, Mr. Manu! Huge support, thank you very much for the support. Thanks, man. Okay, so we have Shaolin versus Dragon. Let's go. So Shaolin with the Zerg, random Zerg on the bottom right of kick flick as a white Zerg. His opponent is Dragon on the top left of kick flip as a teal. Let's call it as a man, like a man. This is a green Protoss. This is second round, so it's already best of 3 guys, which means that we're gonna have at least 2 matches between those players. And I wonder what's the race of Shaolin. I think it's Protoss. I think I'm recording him playing as Protoss against someone, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, but he's playing random against Dragon. I assume that actually didn't even think about making any rules about race picking, but maybe for the main event I should ask players to declare which race they're playing against each race. Oh, that's nice, Mr. Quirk. And we can see that he's going for the 9 pool-ish, but this is a pretty economical, heavy 9 pool. Because he went for double gas trick, right? Anyway, we can see that Dragon didn't know who he's playing against, so he's starting with the gateway in the main base. And as a Zerg, oh, Mr. Quirk, I don't know what you wrote, but this Stream Elements mod is pretty weird. Anyway, as a Zerg, I think that you probably want to start with 12 hatch against 1 base Protoss. Still, it's not the best situation because Dragon will not be able to harass him with the first Zealots, and we can see that Shaolin is going for more drones. So I wonder if Dragon will be tempted to send this first Zealot to try to achieve something, because it's a little bit different mechanics than when you have expansion and a cannon behind. If you will send the Zealot and this Zealot will die for free, you have no defense in your natural. So usually you need to think twice before unlocking your ramp against Zerg. And I think Shaolin now, when he will realize that there is no expansion from Dragon, he shouldn't decide to go for the third base over here, right? He should try to go and take in the natural, because I mean, maybe it is defendable, but it's going to be hard. I mean, he had the drones. Oh, what's going on? He added a lot of drones, so his echo isn't bad. But yeah, now he will have to build the links because Dragon is pretending that he's moving out. And yeah, and Hydras just to protect overlords. But very nice scouting from Shaolin. You can see that this is a whole night city built by Mr. Minerals with the Bob's guns. Also, this Hydra then was cancelled. And maybe he's going for mass links, like actually hard to say, but it's going to be relatively early Forge. Very nice drone drill. Very nice drone drill by Shaolin. Really impressive. He didn't even. I think he didn't lose a single drone. And I think when Dragon will realize that there is no Hydra then, that it was cancelled, I think he might think about maybe making a cannon in the main base. You can see that Shaolin is going very, very... Like, he wants to kill the cannons, and this is a very good call. It might be the game-ending move, actually, guys. Because there is plenty of links coming. I don't see even a Citadel of Adun, so it's very far away from the Dark Templars. I don't even know if Dragon started building Corsair. Maybe he decided not to. But yeah, I think Dragon should give up this expansion and maybe try to defend the base. Try to survive on the ramp. This Corsair is trying to find some overlords. Fortunately for Dragon, he was able to defend it, and maybe this is not the end of the world with this one cannon. He definitely has a lot of gas. There will be a forward hatch and much more links from Shaolin. This is definitely not the amount you want to attack with. And poor Dragon didn't find a single overload with this Corsair. He's flying around and he's like, holy crap, where are all those overloads? And now we have a very, very nice attack from Shaolin, target firing the cannons, so only the Zealots are left, and Dragon will have a hard time defending and surviving if the Zealots are cut out. Fortunately for Dragon, Shaolin is target firing the probes, so the Zealots can still deal additional damage. However, the damage is relatively critical. But because Shaolin is not going for it, he's not pulling the trigger, I think Dragon might be able to defend it. His economy is not that bad, even though that he lost so many probes. He still have very healthy amount on one base. I would say that even Shaolin has not enough drones, but now he's droning up relatively quickly on 4 hatcheries. And Dragon now is afraid that he will die, but I feel like experience of Dragon, and if he will be able to stabilize the game on 2 bases, he should be relatively happy with the outcome of this game. However, we can see that Shaolin is already getting ready for some kind of a Hydra timing attack. He definitely needs additional gas, Vespin Geyser and the 5th hatchery. But still, it's this might be a pretty dangerous timing. Oh, but he's adding a Sankes. So I already don't like it. Because now the Dragon is a guy who is thinking, okay, I just need to survive. How behind I am? How long should I wait until moving out and not being crushed completely? This is definitely oversaturated natural and undersaturated main base. But that was a nice attempt. Very nice. The beginning of the game from Shaolin, I really like it. More drones from Shaolin, so he's trying to power as hard as it's possible on this moment, and Look at this double poach from Dragon. That's a pretty funny way to come back. Maybe he's aiming for some kind of a 2-2 timing or something like that. He knows that he has plenty of gas. His economy isn't that bad. He probably can see, and he sees that Shaolin is playing very, very defensively, and he's having only 4 hatcheries. So maybe Shaolin is expecting some kind of a maybe dragon timing. Hard to say. Yeah, he killed a lot of probes and he put Protoss in a very, very hard spot, but maybe he wasn't feeling it. Maybe he didn't. It was hard for him to calculate in how good of an advantage he is. It's a hard thing to do, so I understand that it can happen, especially in the unstandard game like this. And this is very, very healthy economy for us. Look at that, this is 60 supplies and there are barely any units, so there is like 50 drones or something like that. This base is heavily oversaturated. Like, it's not oversaturated, but if he would send the 4 drones to the main base, he would have a little bit better efficiency of mining. Dragon is moving out. I'm expecting 1-1 to be completed relatively soon. We have +1 weapon being done, so and we can see that he immediately added the +2 weapon. So he might be trying to go for some kind of a two base timing. But you can see that Shaolin is going for some hardcore Muta switch. And those 12 zealots, there will be a lurker as well. Yeah, Shaolin definitely, like, instead of this sunken, there should be a hatchery and evolution chamber here, and I don't think it would help better against the zealots. But now we can see that the mutas are in the air. Even the lurkers are here, so Shaolin is safe against anything. But you can see Dragon already renewing the production of coursers. He will try to probably hide the High Templar behind the gas. This is the sweet spot, which is pretty hard to notice. Target firing the High Templars. One High Templar went down. He definitely needs more hatcheries. Like, if he would have 2 more hatcheries, now the Hydra switch would be very, very dangerous. Oh, actually, Dragon has 4 more High Templars, so it would be very hard to snipe. But there will be a... Ooh, nice timing of the lurkers. Go low. But Dragon will have a relatively powerful army soon. Oh, there will be a lot of hatcheries here. He sent the drones from the natural. I like this choice because there is no reason to produce bazillion of drones. So this will be a pretty powerful macro game from the Zerg. However, Dragon will have 2 upgrades. This is best of 3 already, Mr. Seri. Yeah, triple Evo Chamber would be great in this situation. And fast Queen's Nest, just to have a adrenaline upgrade. Wow, cool map. Yeah, Shaolin had an incredible advantage at the beginning, so now we are waiting for him to start producing units like crazy, because he had opportunity to beat like 60 dragons without a problem, but now Dragon is doing the thing that he did so perfectly that every time I'm playing against him, I know that he will do it and I don't know how to stop it. Like, usually when some player, I know what this player will do, I'm able to fight against it, but Dragon is so perfect with this strategy, with pumping a lot of units from 2 bases and make a incredibly powerful army composition. And he has a good upgrades and good storms, and it's so hard to stop. But the macro from Shaolin is incredible. However, Dragon is playing this game very, very calmly. Expanding is definitely a good way of trying to stabilize the game. It looks like double expo, yeah. However, only Python here, and he's spending all the money on units, so maybe he just wants to go for it. It's only +1 weapon Hydras, but those Hydras will be able to eliminate this Python, but I don't know what else. However, Shaolin is buying himself time to just to produce. Oh. This is the Protoss habit, right? You bring 11 drones and like, because other when but how many drones does he have? Nice block of expansion, basically blocking 2 expansions at the same time, and expanding on his own with the incredible economy, but no army. Like, I get that the drones are important, but there should be also a fighting army. And because Shaolin is supply block, he can't produce too many units right now. And right now, the army of Dragon is definitely much more powerful. So if we will come to the battle, to the fight. However, if Shaolin will stabilize those bases, and he will not allow Dragon to take the 4th base, let's say that Dragon will be able to take this base. There is still a little bit minerals in the natural, but the main base is already mined out. Nice snipe on the High Templar. Beautifully done. But Dragon has so many Dragoons. 2-2 against 2-0. There is second Evo Chamber in the natural. The Hive is on the way. This base 3 spores, so he's expecting to kill the Observer quickly. Ooh, is this a drop? That was a fake drop, right? But Dragon didn't go for it. Yeah, this is Protoss amount of drones, like, I respect it a lot, but you need to have incredible macro in order to produce out of that many drones. Those overlords are trolling dragons. One upgrades against soon to be 3-3 for Dragon. Look at the supplies, guys. It's 199, 200 against 160. This is a lot of lurkers. However, this base is barely defended. This is a very nice lurker field. Out of Hydra lurker over here. Dragon needs to bring the High Templars, but he's eliminating most of the lurkers. The lurkers from this position would be a good use in this battle. The upgrades for Protoss, it's free too. This drop, maybe it actually isn't that fake. Okay, it is. And Dragon wants to eliminate this base, but at the cost of his port expansion, so still not a bad trade for Shaolin, and there is still a chance that he will defend this position. Oh, look at this tiny cute ramp over here. Okay, we are seeing a bunch of Zerg units being flooded, but this is free to Protoss against semi-well upgraded Zerg army. Needs to borrow the lurkers. The army of the Zerg is pretty powerful, and part of the Dragon army is dying. The observatory is being killed by the Mutas. A lot of Lynx are fighting the goons. Free upgrades just keep in for the Protoss. And look at the amount of Lynx. I believe the Adrenaline upgrade has been done, but there is still storms available for Dragon. So he will be able to eliminate most of those Lynx, if not every single one. However, those units, losing those units for Dragon is very expensive. It's not expensive for Shaolin to lose that many Lynx, but losing those goons is expensive because usually you want to rebuild Zealots, and goons are like the steady part of your army. You don't want to rebuild them because they cost gas. You prefer to spend gas on High Templars and have more Archons. However, Dragon macro and exchanges, you could see that it was around 160 to 200, and after the fight, it's only 20 supply advantage for Shaolin, so those trades were good for Shaolin. For Dragon, I mean. Let's see if this fake drop is really fake. Again, there is so many High Templars. Has to be fake, right? But I love this play. I love this play from Shaolin. Those overlords using the fact that there is not too many Corsairs. Now we will be able to send the drones to the top right. So against army like this of the Protoss, it's best to have the Filer. When the 2-2 on the Lynx will kick in, I think then the problems for Dragon will start, because for now he can trade against this army relatively well. Those Lurkers are dealing so much damage. There are some flanking links, but they still have only 1-1 upgrades, so those goons can take a couple of the shots from those links. However, the number of links is growing very, very quickly, and Shaolin is macroing very, very nicely. He has top right base defended very, very well. So that's a nice play, as I said, from Shaolin. Very, very patient, very, very consequent. I love it. Look at that, guys. Oh, oh, this will be extra annoying. However, he can't forget about defending this position. And GG from Dragon. Shaolin is taking Dragon 1-0 lead. Very impressive. I'm happy that I decided to jump into this game. very, very, very impressive. I will even give you a music instead of StarCraft background. Is Izu still playing against Clone Pro? Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Quirk. So Mr. Quirk is playing right now, probably, and answering on the chat. This is a BSL Pro League player, guys. On the bottom left location, as a white Protoss, we are having Mr. Shaolin, and his opponent in the top left location, we are having Mr. Dragon. So PvP this time. So what kind of strategy you can play as a Protoss, who is a Protoss from random in PvP? What would you play, guys? You are the Protoss experts. What is the strategy you can play which will give you advantage if you know that your opponent is a Protoss and you have a Protoss from random? Because, like, let's assume the current meta. Usually the Protosses are playing the one base, a pylon gateway, and one zealot before the cybernetic core, and then the goons. And depends if it's double gate or quick robo. Yeah, maybe 3 gate zealot pressure, maybe double gate pressure, because you don't want to go. You know that your opponent will not go for double gateway because it's rather bad against Terran, and one gateway is good against anyone. So yeah, I would say double gate might be a good idea, but Dragon will have a very, very good scouting. You can see that this smart probe is snitching, or I don't know. He can feel where his opponent is. Will I found him? Look at that. Such a big planet, and we found him. Mr. Dragon realizes what's coming. Yeah, the 12 Nexus is good, but I'm not that good as a Protoss, so it's hard for me to say whether it's easy to defend it. Like the early aggression. We have definitely much faster cybernetic. Actually, that's pretty same timing of the cybernetic core, but the gateway is much faster for Shaolin. But I assume a zealot from Dragon then. No. How is it possible that Shaolin Did he cut probes? Oh, he's mining gas only with 2. Okay, but is it? This is it? So the range for Dragon will be much faster. And I expect that the player of a caliber of Dragon will be able to use the fact that he will have a faster range. You can see that the Shaolin didn't even start the range yet. And this probe is confirming it when the range will start. It will be probably right now, right? I didn't scout it. So he might expect that this is some kind of a DT follow-up, or hard to say because why would you go for such a quick second gateway if you are going Dark Templars? This is the main question. But those 4 goons can definitely win against those 2 goons from Dragon, and Dragon wants to abuse the fact that he has a range, but he doesn't have range yet. So that's very, very good timing, and we can see that Shaolin already has expansion. It's micro from Shaolin, eliminating one of the goons from Dragon. We will have Robo from Dragon, so he should have Observer on time when the Dark Templars will arrive. However, it will be close. Yeah, it will be definitely close. So the Testy entered the space. Let's see if this is the real Testy from Canada. Cheering for his friend from Canada, Mr. Dragon. My beautiful wife, taking care of our beautiful daughter, and she's even supporting me during the stream. That's how lucky I am. Thank you, Karocha. Those 2 cannons placement, I don't like it, to be honest. Like, usually you are going cannons because you know that you will have less units. So if you have less units, it's better to have cannons here and try to close your opponent on this choke. And Mr. Ariado is right that DT is definitely on time. What? Wait! Sequark was saying something that he won with Oya with some crazy Dark Archon play. And is this it? Mr. Manu, thank you for the cupcakes. But the cannons are not too good against the river, and that's the problem of Shaolin. Idea how he wants to win this game. Like, unless he will mind control the shuttle with River, which would be so fun. So if you mind control the speed shuttle and you don't have your own robo, is this like the robotic support value? Is this mean that the shuttle still will have a speed and you will not have to research it? Because then all your or only this shuttle will have a speed. Okay, so you get research. So does this mean that the next shuttles will have a speed as well? Shaolin's playing this game exactly how I would do it. And look at this sneaky Dark Templar. He managed to sneak him in. This observer, and very nice reaction from Dragon, but still 6 probes. And a lot of mining time. And actually a lot of time with this river, so there will be an option for energy. There is 10 energy more left, has to be left. Ooh, those storms are right with dots. Is he mind controlling the river? Please do it. No. Is donation time to I know what I'm. Let me check after this game, Mr. Minerals. This is a lot of storms, but this is also a lot of goons. And I don't think this is enough from Shaolin. He shoots more of them into the Archons as quickly as he can. It looks like Shaolin will be able to defend it with the actually crazy Dark Archon play. Very, very smart strategy. Look at this sneaky base. That's not even needed, and that he still has it. There is oh, he's researching the range for the goons. Very nice micro from Dragon. But still very hard situation for him. However, he's trying to play it out. Maybe with the good river control he will be able to defend this aggression. Shaolin just started adding his gateways, so it's not like he will have explosion of units in few seconds. There is still some time until this will happen. And he doesn't have a robo of his own, so maybe it would be smart to go on the Dark Templars. But I like this Dark Archon idea of mind controlling the river or the shuttle with the rivers. But Dragon, he knows that he has to do something. He feels like he has to do something. Nice micro from Dragon, killing this Archon. But this Archon saved a lot of those goons. There is still a little bit more energy needed for an additional Dark Archon mind control. The upgrades are 1-1 to 0-0. There is not even Forge yet from Dragon, but he's mining from the natural, and let's see the probe number. It's Oh, it's definitely much more probes for Shaolin. So actually, this supply advantage, guys, is mostly in probes. So I think that's a good from Shaolin that he's not attacking right now. That's pretty smart move, especially that he's waiting for 2-2 and his second mind control is ready already. Why he's not taking his strongest unit? Very nice storm from Shaolin. Very nice micro from Dragon as well, eliminating so many of the goons. However, the production possibilities for our white Protoss are incredibly powerful. Hello, Mr. White. Shaolin's taking top right base, so he knows, he understands this game, and this is GG from Dragon. 2-0 for Shaolin. Congratulations to Mr. Shaolin. He made his fans proud. That's pretty big mistake, not mistake, that's pretty big surprise, and I didn't expect that, so huge respect from our fans to Mr. Shaolin, and good game from Mr. Dragon. He definitely has to watch those replays. Quark versus Izu. Those guys are still playing, probably, right? So I would like to watch Squall versus winner of Izu and Quark. I wonder where they are. Where they are. You can check out, guys, the Wikipedia of the surprise tournament made by Mr. Dimian, who is here. Huge thanks, Mr. Dimian. And you can see that Mr. Shaolin is playing in the qualifications for a while already. He was playing in the first one, he was playing in the second one, he was also playing in the third one, and this one is the most successful for him. So congratulations from our random player. So Mr. Squall won versus Mr. Flying. Izu versus Quark is still going on, I believe. So here Mr. Fonger won with Whiskey Dingo. Mr. Flying won with Mr. Blade. That's nice. I played against Mr. Flying in the ladder someday and he crashed me, so he's a very good Zerg player. Mr. Mineras, I will tell you now. Yes, there is a text-to-speech from them $10 donations. So Squall versus Quark will be our match to cast right now. Let's see the MMR of Mr. Quark. Because he's saying that this is Squall tournament to lose. He has an MMR similar to the ending of the Second World War. Let's get this party. Oh wait. Okay, so directly from USA, but living as a United Kingdom citizen, we are having the Super Gosuprotos Mr. Quark and his opponent directly from the hot and sunny Espania, we are having Mr. Squall. And I will bring myself a glass of water. So guys, I can tell you a little bit more about the current situation and why Quark expects and thinks that he is not in a good shape nowadays. He, because he qualified to BSL Season 16 through BSL points. Many players already qualified because you were able to gain BSL points through BSL 14, BSL 15, BSL Races Championships. So we have a lot of players qualified, and I was continuing the participations with all of them. And Quark said to me that he is no longer active in StarCraft, but if I will know when the ladder starts, I should approach him, and he will tell me whether he wants to play or not. And as a matter of fact, I already know when the ladder will start. So I approached him, and he said that he will try his best and try to come back. So that's why we are seeing Mr. Quark coming back, and that's why he's not feeling that as he's in the best shape, because he was inactive for the past like couple months probably. So that's the story, and this is some kind of a special tactic from Quark. Very interesting one. But how is he planning to defend this 9-ish pool? Look at that, Squall didn't see the expansion over here, so he decided, okay, I'm going to the last location, but now he knows, okay, so this guy is probably in the top left, but like this Stargate timing is so quick. Like it will be similar at the similar timing of the hatchery. People don't know what's going on. This is the beautiful beauty of this mind play. It's the Day of Dawn. Finally gets a quirk. But so there was no scouting. Quirk is playing his own game. That's why this Corsair will have a hard time finding any Overlord. But you can see that Squall immediately reacting by adding the Evolution Chamber. It hurts him economy to build the Evolution Chamber and the Creep Colony, but it's still definitely better than losing Overlords. And we can see very fast Dark Templars from Quirk. First Zealot after the first Corsair. If this is not special tactics, then what is, I wonder. Speed for the links. Not allowing Quirk to do what he wants, which is probably adding cannons here and slowly going toward the expansion. Quirk was able to found Squall at the last position, so that means that he will not be able to kill any of those Overlords. There is one which he would be able to kill over here, but it was pretty hard to find it. However, it's only 2 hatchery Zerg, so it's not like this is the end of the world for Quirk. Okay, so we will probably see the third hatch now, right? Because he doesn't have larvas for the mutas. Unless he wants to go for the fast carpets. Let's see at the amount of gas. Okay, so we have a hatchery. I don't think he started carpets. But I think Quirk should expect that this might be a muta play, because what else Zerg can do right now? And the beauty of Dark Templar is that he ignores mostly of the armor from the egg. Especially with +1 weapon already. So the Archon is good, but in this SimCity I think it would be relatively easy to avoid the Archon. Actually, it's only 2 mutas for now. There was a drone probably over here. Squad is already transitioning into some kind of a Hydra or Lurker play. He's droning up right now. He knows that even though that Quirk already has this expansion, it's running for just a while, so it's still possible for him to catch up. That's why he's adding the 4th hatchery here, but I'm expecting him to maybe try to go for the contain or something like that. In the bottom right from our Spanish Zerg. +1 weapon for the Corsairs is done from Quark. So if you invested 100 into the +1 weapon, maybe it's worth to try to go for the 5 Corsairs, but I think it's still possible to do it a little bit later. And now probably Quark is thinking that Skull might be doing a lot of Hydras, so he wants to be ready for the next part of the possible aggression. Scouting and a little bit of a harassment. Oh, Archon will help kill the X, look at that. The funny thing is that Link is doing the same damage as Hydra to the egg. Okay, so we have 4 Corsairs, 3 Corsairs now. From Quark, he's just adding the gateway, so soon he should have pretty powerful army. He has very good upgrades, and he's going for upgrades from 2 forges already. We have also double evolution chamber from Skull. He should be able to defend this hatchery, but still it's pretty annoying for him that he has to bring all those Hydras just to kill one Dark Templar. There is overload speed, so nicely done. Quark is definitely stabilizing over here. He just built the extra gateways, so he's starting to build the real units right now, like the real units which will be able to fight in the middle of the map. But same thing goes for Skull. I think he drawn up relatively well, so he can think about. I expected a contain. I'm shocked that I don't see a Lurkers. But this is a pretty powerful move out from Quark. The only good thing for Squall is that there is no speed for the Zealots. Nice snipe over here, however that was also a nice storm to catch those Hydras. +1 weapon for the Hydras, however 1-1 and 2-2 is on the way for the Zealots. Quark is building expansion on 12 o'clock and Squall don't see it. So that's a nice moment for expanding. He sniped most of the High Templars, however he lost most of the Hydras during the process. And Squall is macroing only from 5 hatches, if you count this bottom right position hatch, so that's not some incredibly powerful macro from a Zerg. However, Quark is macroing from 5 gateways, so it's relatively equal situation. However, the upgrades seems to be pretty cool for our Protoss players. There will be Lurkers, so if he will be able to contain him, nice snipes from the Squall. There is no observer from Quark because he's just building the robotics. He's finishing it, but it's still a little bit more time until it will be done. Nice micro from Squall over here, bringing the army of Quark on top of the Lurkers. +2 weapon already done. 6 hatchery from Squall in his 3rd base. However, the 3rd base from Quark is so hard to deal with as a Zerg. Okay, it's definitely a good idea to try to finish this army, to clear this army from Quark. But it's already 2-2 Protoss, so even if you have relatively healthy amount of Hydras, it's pretty hard to fight against this kind of army. Two-one on the Hydras, 2-2 over here. I like the gateway, but here this always gives you an option to build like 2 High Templars and Dark Templar, and those units can defend pretty large attacks. There will be one storm available for Quark on 12 o'clock. However, this is a very nice drop. The eggs are not killed, but we can see that Quark wanted to kill the egg with the storm. That was a good idea because the storm is dealing the damage very quickly. Oh yeah, it's 95. Will Quark be on time? It's still plenty of time left, so it looks like the Hydras will have enough time to defend it. At the same time, Quark decides to go for the counterattack. And the bottom right base is undefended. There will be 4 lookers there soon, but there is nothing there yet. Target firing the Forge, which is researching +3 weapons or +3 armor. Xerox is dealing job. Squall is willing to go for the game, for the base split probably. However, he is... Oh! If he would go with everything on the front, it would be doable. Because he has a 2-1 upgrades already and a lot of looters. So this base from Squall has been given up. Maybe he will decide to go for like 12 o'clock position or something like that. Let's see if Quark will realize that there is a incoming potential counterattack. I'm not a huge fan of what Squall is doing right now. Because it made sense to attack over here because most of the army from Quark was in the other half of the map. However, dealing with this egg and going around here, it buys enough time for Quark that he was able to build a big enough army to hold most of these units over here. However, those lookers on the high ground are having incredible value. He's able to fight against so many goons. Now the army is cleared off, but Quark already secured the 9 o'clock base. There will be plenty of more storms coming from Quark. So the army arrived home. The main army arrived home. GG from Quark. He felt like he had this game, and then Quark played it magnificently and he came back. So GG. We are having 1-0 lead for Work, and now this is a Squall map pick. Let's go, guys. Let's get this party started for Adun. On the top left location of the Chakras Temple, we are having Mr. Squall. On the bottom left location, as a blue Protoss, we are having Mr. So that was a unusual, a non-standard game. So I would say that if Quirk will play a normal game, maybe we will see a little bit more standard game, because usually when the game starts tricky, then the outcome of the game can be totally different than player is aiming for, and I'm wondering who of those players are feeling better in the late game. Let's say they both are sure that they secure, like Protoss is securing his second base and like having a 5 coursers and 6 gateways without delay, and Zerg is having like 3 bases well saturated with 6 hatcheries and a couple of Hydras just to defend everything which is coming, a couple Zealots and couple coursers, and start the game from that point. I wonder which of the players feels like, okay, this is the moment. I prefer to play from this moment. You can see Quirk going for 12 Nexus. So Squall knows, okay, so this is a 12 next, and into the cannon, which usually at this time, with the current meta, I think Zerg is relatively happy after seeing that Protoss is going for the cannon after the Nexus, because usually Protosses are that greedy nowadays that they go for the gateway, into the simulator, into the cybernetic core, into Zealot, and into cannon after that. So the earlier the cannon is, that means that any other tech will be later. So I think Squall should be relatively satisfied with the outcome of this build order from Squall. But on the other hand, he needs to count, like, look at that. Protoss is sending the probes to his natural at the same time when Zerg is doing that, and Zerg started with the fast hatchery. So, and Protoss has more probes, so for now the income of a Protoss is definitely much bigger. So that's also a very good opening from Quirk. I think many Protoss players would take the Nexus first against Zerg, even with the cannon, in most scenarios, because this is such a good economical opening. This is a nice scouting probe. I really like it because if like Squall could be tempted of going for Hydra then, but that stopped him from doing that. At least for the time being, because he can still go for it. Fourth and fifth hatch from Squall, he's already having minerals, drones in every single mineral. So his echo is really good. He will probably start the layer relatively soon, just to have Overlord speed matched with the Dark Templar timing. Like, maybe not Dark Templar timing, with the third base attempt of the Protoss timing. With the timing when you want to move out as a Zerg, you usually want to have a speed for the Overlords. No zealots from Quark, so it allowed him to build additional gateways. Oh, so he completely skipped the Stargate? Oh, I thought that this is a Stargate being built over here, so he is going for the very heavy ground army attack with the powerful economy. You can see that Squall is expecting some Corsairs. That's why he built the Spore, to have detection even if the Overlords will fall. Icon from Quark. When I was playing Protoss versus Zerg, because I had a period in my life when I was playing PvZ instead of ZVZ, I was doing this strategy very often. Instead of Corsair, going for fast Dark Icon, and that was very, very effective back in the days. Nowadays, people know that this is a pretty fair option. Very powerful economy from Squall. Maybe not very, but this is a good enough saturation. Definitely good enough saturation for Quark for now. No reason to add additional probes at this stage. I think adding more gateways might be a good option, but look at the supplies, guys. It's 8 minutes and both players already have more than they should at this stage because the game is so calm, like no one is attacking no one yet. We already have Overlord speed and a couple of Hydras just to scout what's coming, what's going on, and even though that Quark started with the powerful opening, look at Quark supplies. He's just behind him. No, I'm not, Mr. Quirk. I'm pretty satisfied. I'm very satisfied. I like the Carcon, I like the first series. Guys, you need to remember that usually my normal day is creating, like, changing diapers and going for the walks with Olivka and doing announcement and thinking about graphics and working some graphics for BSL. So watching StarCraft is really, and casting StarCraft is really a great way for me. I feel like this is a great thing to do. And the games are really cool. So I regret nothing. But I believe Mr. Quirk is regretting not having a speed for those zealots. Very nice storms. Yeah, Mr. Flying, you are right. This was definitely a good trade for Squad because he eliminated most of the High Templars and forced the use of the Maelstrom. However, the second Maelstrom will be much more powerful, look at that. It's a great Maelstrom. And Quirk has relatively good upgrades, so it's like that this is not that bad for him as it looks like. Maybe Quirk was inactive for a while, but he still remembers the timings. And you can't forget how to storm on top of the Hydras, right? And as you can see, that was a good storm. There will be additional one soon. Speed for the Zealots is done, plus 2 weapon is done as well. More Hydras from Squall are arriving though, so that's actually very nice micro from our Zerg player, and Quirk is bleeding a lot of units. Very nice storm right now, but it costed him a high Templar. Yes, Mr. Eternum. 8 kills goal. 2-1 weapon. Plus 2 weapon for Hydras should be done around this time. And now lurkers are arriving. There will be one storm available. There will be no maelstrom available. This cannon is the only detection, I think. Oh, there will be observer actually. So that's nice. There is a High Templar which Squirk doesn't see right now, but this High Templar is pretty important unit to have. Oh, that's nice. But those trades are pretty good for Squall. You can see that he got relatively close to the supplies of Quirk. But if Quirk will stabilize this base, he will be in very good situation because it will be free base versus free base. Nice dodge of the storm. Quirk is applying a lot of pressure. Squall is applying a lot of pressure on Quirk. Quirk is adding more gateways, soon to be 10, right? It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This Archon is pretty powerful. You need 2 upgrades against only +1, so I think Squall forgot about his +2 weapon. And that might cost him even the game if you are approaching such a aggressive aggro style of play. But +2 just kicked in, so that was a little bit unfortunate for Squall. But now I think with +2 weapon he will be able to deal a lot of damage to those goons, so those goons will start popping nice snipes on the observers. This Archon is almost dead. You can see I like the position of the cannons over here. Those are cool. And a lot of goons from Quark. But there is no observer to snap. Oh, and this lurker might kill. Actually, only one lurker here. Squall is already mining in this base, so that's a good thing for him. However, this game is... the players are fighting constantly, and I feel like this should be pretty good for Quark, who is on 3 bases. But now he's fighting on the low ground, so that was I really like those snipes from Squall. However, he needs to evacuate all the units from here. Oh, he decides to fight. Oh, because there is no observer. And Quark doesn't realize that he doesn't have observer and he's fighting on top of 5 lurkers. Sorry, Mr. Yuko, but the stream elements somehow have some kind of algorithm that's banning some of the messages. I always think that I will check it out, but I always forgot it. But maybe this time I will not forget. Excuse me for the inconvenience. That's a nice attempt, that nice attack from Quark. 3 upgrades, so he's doing a good job with keeping up with the production. And now he's expanding even here. And this Dark Archon is the hero of the game. He's even scouting like a tank going first in the battle. Squall was able to saturate this base on the top right, but Quark was applying too much pressure, so GG, and we are having 2-0 victory for our Protoss player, who used to have a nickname 100 APM or Tortugita. Let's look at the bracket, guys. So we have Mr. Father Toss, who won with Shaolin, with Mr. Shaolin. So we will have Quark versus Tama. The map is going to be Third World. So, Mr. Quark, if you are listening, I didn't regret watching this game. That was a good game. Both games were great. Yeah, that was a hard moment, right? There was a moment when he dropped with the supplies to around... It was around 85 to 85. And I felt like, okay, and Squall is fighting from the high ground. But this +2 weapon for Squall was relatively late, and I think that's the reason why his aggression didn't go as good as he planned, because his units simply didn't deal that much damage. That's a good water. Okay, we are waiting for Palertos to join. So Palertos, aka Tama, Quirk is saying in the chat that he bet him on ladder 10 minutes before the tournament started. However, I believe that Quirk is very good PvP because this matchup goes about understanding a lot, and I think Quirk understands the game, because if he wouldn't understand the game, he wouldn't achieve nothing with the low APM. But since he has low APM, he has to understand the game very, very well. So every single click of his mouse matters. Okay, where do we have... Do we have Mr. Tama? Okay, so we have Father Toss. Doom, 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 doom. I feel like I'm getting better with this. We have a shorter breaks between the games. I'm very satisfied, because we are already having the grand finals of the 4th qualification for the BSL Surprise Tournament. And if you don't know what that is, that's how it's supposed to be, because you shouldn't know. That was a surprise tournament. No one should know what's coming. And top 8 players will qualify. Winners of 8 qualifications will win not only BSL Hoodie from Bombastic.shop, but also the seat in the main event. And our today finalists is Mr. CWT Father Toss and Mr. Ash Quirk. So Mr. Father Toss got second in the last season of Gosu League. He lost to Squall 4-3 in the finals after incredibly close games. I know because I casted them, and you can check them out on, I think they are on YouTube. But this is a very, very nice PvP series, which I wanted to check out. I wanted to check out Raz versus Fathertos as well, but I didn't have option to check out all the matches, and I'm happy that I'm seeing this PvP in this finals. We had the finals of first finals was Zerg versus Terran, Ziki versus Terror. Then I think we had Boa versus Dragon. And then we had Dewold versus October Zerg. And now we have Quark versus Father. If you are not familiar with this map, guys, it's a map which is basically two islands, and the only unit which can go through is a probe in this matchup, at least. So the only way to go to this part of the map is by having a shuttle or arbiter vehicle, or by just building units over here, right? So you can go for fast nexus here, and it's impossible to walk your units to this part of the map. So Quark is going for a double gateway, where Father is going for one gateway, one goon, and this small ramp will definitely work well for Fathertos because there will be less surface area for those zealots. As you can see, only one zealot can fight against one zealot, but actually, yeah, it's possible for two to fight, but look at that. That's pretty hard thing to do. That was a beautiful defense by Fathertos. Already robotics facility on the way. Don't worry, we are still living in the first world. At least that's what they are telling us. So Mr. Quark, don't have to be worried because there is still some time until we will have the second world with the colonization of Mars, and then third world, I don't know, somewhere far away. Fast observer. Ooh, will that be Nexus? Oh, that will be Nexus, but here, look at that, guys. So Mr. Fathertos, Mr. Tama is already showing to us how to use the advantages of this map. However, will he be able to defend the aggression from Quark? Because this is a lot of units. If there will be two more goons popping out, feel like there will be a chance for Fathertos, but if not, it's a lot of goons. Yeah, Quark won because he's fighting. This is the finals now, Mr. BBBZAHDZ. And Quark expected a Dark Templar, and he's still expecting that. But you can see that Father Dos is playing a nice mind game, where he is not showing what he's doing and he's going for the expansion behind it. Oh, those are the marines you can buy. I've got mine at Tracy's. Look at that. Quark will scout this expansion from Father. I think Father seen this probe, so he will want to scout what's coming, what's going on. We have a similar supplies from both players, but there will be a river there for our blue Protoss, so I wonder how much damage he will be able to do with this river. Look at that Pylon Scout. Nice cancel from Quark. And he also gave him the information that, okay, the attack is incoming into my main base. I should do something, however, there is no units in the base. And Father has no idea that there is a counter-attack going towards him. He's loading the goons on the ramp. I like this idea, but Quark decides to pull back, and it might be a pretty big mistake. At the same time, this shuttle is waiting for the moment the probes will be evacuated. And we have a drop to the probe line. That was a dod, so that was nicely defended by Quark. However, the damage, the harassment did the damage. I mean, it's really hurt the economy of Quark by maybe not by killing too many of the probes, but simply by denying a lot of mining time. But now he's killing a lot of probes, even though that he lost the river. Look at that. He will have 2 more robotics support base. So Quark is trying to recover. But Father Dos came to this map with the idea of how he wants to play it, and he's executing it very well. We will have a Corsair from Quark. It will give him a scouting opportunity, but also maybe prevent the shuttle from the harassment. However, Corsair is not dealing too much damage, so the shuttle with the speed should be able to move freely around the map, especially against one Corsair. This is 3 against 4 gateways. So Quark wants to attack right now, and he definitely has more goons. However, those 3 rivers, I think this makes this base unkillable. I like this base from Quark. I really like this idea. So at least the good part for Quark is that he has a contain over Father Dos, so it will be we will have no situation like there will be all the goons from Quark here and 3 rivers shooting towards them. He will have option to make a little bit bigger spread to flank him from couple directions. And I like the risk management from Quark. He knows that he's behind, so... Ooh, but the Corsair is dying. He knows that he's behind, so he went for risky third base. Okay, but now it will be quite hard to fight against this army with 3 rivers. Look how quickly the rivers are killing the goons. Every single goon died. And we have an almost doubling supply of Father Toss. He has a healthy economy. He probably will have a worse upgrade. Yeah, it's 1-1 for Quark already, so he's upgrading very nicely. Although I feel like he should have some kind of area damage unit, like Patritos has a rivers, and he will have 4 of them the moment of attack, and it would be good to have a High Templar. Yeah, High Templar and a Storm. That's a needed unit. Another way of trying to approach it is to try to snipe observers of your opponent and then try to do something with the Dark Templars. Maybe Quark would... actually there is no cannons in the natural of Fathertos, so... maybe there is a hope to do something for Quark. However, the advantage for Fathertos is pretty huge. Nice storm. Another nice storm from Quark. This position is pretty hard to break if you have a lot of High Templar, because this is a pretty small choke. However, the number of units from Tama is simply too big. I like the storm on top of the rivers. If he would have one more, maybe there would be a hope for Quark, because you can see that he's dealing with the goons relatively well. His upgrades are pretty good, but yeah, those 4 rivers are dealing such an incredible damage. You got that Templar. So Quark will be able to clear out those units actually. That's definitely stormable. Oh, that's a huge value out of the storm. However, top left base is being taken by Fathertos, so even if there would be a base, the second base for Quark, he might actually stabilize this position. And if he will stabilize the natural, maybe there is still a hope. But I like how Quark is fighting back. He's not giving up. He still has a good upgrades. Definitely probes needs to be transferred to the third base from the main. Very nice storm from Quark, eliminating a pretty big amount of those probes. However, Tama is macroing very well. He is upgrading with 3 evolution, with 3 forges, so I think he will catch up with the upgrades soon. There will be a river drop. Unfortunately, there is nothing else to defend this base. Quark is trying to move out to catch this army, but there is a pretty huge ground army over here of Tama, and his main base and natural still has a pretty big production. There will be plenty of zealots. But I don't know if he's expecting this counterattack from Quark. There is no splash damage, and it's only the zealots. And probably Quark wants to utilize the storms. Nice storms on the zealots. This base will be definitely eliminated. Very nice storms from Quark, but the number of units from Tama is simply too big. He is crushing the army of Quark. With most of his army, he is at the same time killing the third base of his. Quark is doing whatever he can, but it looks like there is nothing he can't do now. And GG, Father is getting a 1-0 lead against Quark in the finals of the 4th qualification to the BSL Surprise Tournament. Okay, so they told me to pick them up. Let's get this party started. Whoppa. So, spawning on the top right location as a blue Protoss, we are having Mr. Fathertos. And spawning on the bottom left location as a red Protoss, we are having Mr. Quark. So the map is called Lemon. And sometimes you can squeeze the potential of this map like a lemon, but sometimes this map can kick you in the head so badly. So I wonder how the players will play it out over here. This is a map with without the possibility to build in the location of the respawns. There are mineral only in the naturals. However, the third base, each third base has double assimilators. So I'm expecting that if we will have the semi mid-game or late-game scenario between those players. Maybe we will see actually a lot of Archons fighting each other. Maybe, let's see what... I'm wondering what Protoss can do with 6 full gas incomes and how the army compositions will look like then. So that's an interesting map from my perspective to observe and to check out what those players will think of, because I didn't have too much opportunity to cast this map, and I know it was in Africa started. This pylon looks weird. Probably this map has been changed. Like, this pylon looks too close to this nexus, but probably there is still a you can go with the zealot, right, behind it. Oh, Mr. Batsavso. How long is delay? We are trusting our players. So today there is no delay. Ooh, very fast. Citadel. Actually, probably I should add the delay, right? Somehow I didn't think about it earlier, but yeah, probably I should add the delay. Like 3 minutes delay or something like that. Very fast temporary hypes. And the second assimilator from Quark. This goon is scouting as well. Nice block of the scout. Quark is playing some kind of a special tactic. No, this is not an island. This is a normal open area map with the huge middle. No islands. The only difference of this map is that there is 2 assimilators in the middle, in the main, and you can mine from much more mineral fields. That's pretty fast nexus from Tama, and that probably means that he's dead, right? But maybe he will scout this Dark Templar with the probe. Let's see if he's seen it. So the robo just started. I mean, maybe if he will see it and he will, I don't know, come back here. And Quark will not see robotics here. Like, maybe there is still a hope for Fathertos, but not too many in my opinion. So Quark will see the pylon over here. So Fathertos was fast enough to block the ramp, so maybe there is still a hope for him. The robotics is for... Oh, but he didn't hold position. Maybe he actually made it on purpose. Just not to lose the goon. The observatory is on the way. This DT is not killing the probes, which is great for Fathertos. But now he will take care of the probes. And before the observer will be down, will be up, I think it's still... Oh, salam alaikum, Mr. The World. Malaikum salam, oh. Captain The World. 12 probes, but Fathertos will survive it, so that's pretty cool, I think. Because we might still see a good game over here. Mr. Shafir? No, I am not. But I know the greetings. Like, I can also greet you Shalom as well. Yeah, I figured, Mr. Devil, that's why you are saying greeting in a Muslim way. So, even though that Fathertos lost like 12 probes, his situation doesn't look to be that bad. Obviously, he is behind. He is behind. Don't get me wrong, but he isn't that behind. I think this is. I think that still there is a potential for him to come back. Work is adding more probes. The same thing goes for Fathertos. This DT was spotted. We will have 3-4 gateways and a Citadel of Hadun. For Quark, we will have 4, 5, 6 gateways. I like the position of this gateway because it blocks the DTs or like entrance over here, but this gateway, maybe it's just to block the run bys to the main base. Hydari crystal formation. More gateways from Fathertos. He's having 12 probes in the third base. 9 probes for Quark, but I think Quark has more in the main base, maybe? Hard to say. Maybe, I think they should have a similar amount of probes, but we can see that somehow Fathertos is catching up with the supplies. But there will be a significant tech advantage for Quark, which is a storm. And let's see what kind of storms he will be able to throw on Father. Nice storms from Quark, lowering the army of Fathertos very significantly. The value of the army. Those guns will be trapped by the reinforcing units. There is still a couple more storms left, so the probes will be having a hard time, and Quark is tying up the score of the finals 1-1. Nicely done. Nicely done. Very good games. Oh, spawning. On the bottom right location we are having Quark, and on the top left location we are having Fatherdos. The map is Kickflip, which is a map which won the map creators tournament. I think Mr. Minerals just Kickflip won the New Worlds map contest number 2 yesterday. So this is a nice that we have this map over here, and that's nice. This is best of 5, guys. Hello, Mr. Shouting. Good games today. I've casted the Shouting games. You can see the vote after the podcast will be done. The video against Dragon, and he played a magnificent 2 games against Dragon. So definitely you can check it out. I love the mind control on the river. This is a special tactic. Oh, Mr. Seriosity is here. Maybe Mr. Seriosity will answer my question. So, are you here, Seri? Okay, so do we have a cybernetic core from Father, faster cybernetic core, and 2 zealots into 3 zealots from Quark, and just now starting cybernetic core. I like this position of Pylon. It's blocking the position of Mana Pylon over here. This is the position of the Mana Pylon as well, right? Okay, so 3 zealots from Quark. 3 versus 3 actually. But I think the fight started better for Quark. However, now the micro looks good for him, and he will be able to scout what's going on. So that was a good trade, I think, overall for Quark. He was able to eliminate the probe as well. Being 2 probes, 2 zealots, it's not bad. I mean, it's not great either, but at least he also gets scouting, and those zealots shouldn't matter that much, especially that Quark will have a two gateways. Thank you for the Patreon, Mr. Aerop. You can use the mana if you guys want, the mana you earned through watching this channel, so maybe for tomorrow tournament I will be able to boost the project to the front page. Oh, Mr. Vatstavson, so sometimes it's possible to, like, because there are maps where, like, for example, the mineral is blocking the path, and you can put the zealot over here, place the pylon over here, and then zealot is going through there. You can do the same thing with the vulture. There was a map called Medusa, and players was doing that with the vulture just to sneak the vulture through this giant building. So yeah, so there are a lot of things like that in StarCraft. So both players going for the observers, respecting the fact that the score is tie. Ooh, Mr. Dimian, thank you for the combo. Combo number 2. I like this name. Double combo number 2. Maybe I should call this tournament. Maybe I will make a tournament one day which will contain the word combo in it, because I feel like there is a certain power in it. Oh, why? Oh, because Fathertos knows that he has a range advantage, or what's the reason? I think that's the reason, right? Because he wants to abuse the fact that he has a range and Quirk doesn't. That's such a nice play, look at that. Quirk doesn't have a range, so he's having a hard time fighting. The range just finished for Quirk, but now he's having only 3 guns left. Nice micro from both players. However, it looks like Quirk is having will have a better outcome after those trades, because he still will be left with the zealots, and the number of goons is similar. But the river timing for Fathertos will be faster, so that's the thing that works for him. Because Quirk went for the expansion and 2 extra gateways, where Father went for the rivers and the delayed expansion. It's not that far behind this expansion, I mean. Quirk can still add the robotic support bay and make a river, so it's also not... he's not fully committed into this gateway style. However, he already has a 5 gateways, so... That's interesting. It's only 4 goons and 1 river defending the base. Constant probe building. Quirk already sending a couple probes, but look how many left. Like, this is always an ability of a good Protoss, that you are able to constantly build your probes until the moment you want. And the second best ability is that you know when to stop producing probes, and that's probably even harder. Because it's easy to learn the rule that you should control your nexuses on, like, let's say control 0 and control 9 and do 0p and 9p very regularly, but sometimes you can end up with 95 probes and you don't have supplies for your army, so usually you should know how many probes you want to have. But we have a relatively similar situation for both players, with the difference of the army composition. Oh, Father will scout this pylon, so he has option to not show the shuttle, but he didn't realize it. So now Quirk will have an option to intercept it, or at least block it from dealing the damage. Oh, this is even a double river. Nice damage from Father, beautiful damage actually. But losing two rivers like that, maybe it was worth it. Like, if we look at the supplies, it got better. But I don't like this follow-up attack. Maybe he wants to cut the reinforcements here, but after losing the rivers, like, he killed, like, let's say 5 goons or 6 goons. It's not bad, but like, after watching bonus streams, I'm a little bit spoiled in terms of rivers abilities. Now Father is Adding more gateways. The fact that there is a small cliff over here makes this bridge pretty, like this bridge is making it pretty hard to use this high ground, especially in the small amount of a large amount of units. Have a speed for the zealots for Quark? No, we don't. But there is a forge over here. I thought that this is a citadel. There is a speed shuttle for Fathertos, and look at the supplies, guys. It's even right now, so Fathertos is macroing very nicely. Maybe actually he killed a couple more probes, or maybe actually Quark invested a lot of money into this third base. Oh, do we have Sari here? But maybe Sari is watching without audio, because by the way, is Sari a father now? Already? Because I remember he should be a father around this time. Oh, when we have a river in the main base, of course, 6 probes are dying. 9 probes are dying right now. And the natural probes needs to be evacuated very quickly, but there is still huge potential for damage from Fathertos. This river was a dot, so it was a little bit lucky for Quark, but he still got plenty of damage done with this one single river and the speed shuttle. So beautifully done, but at the same time Quark is going for the counter attack. But there is plenty of goons from Fathertos, and I don't think that this is a place where you want to attack as a Quark, especially that he has a 3 bases, and he knows that. Ooh, but there will be another place. Oh, but he needs to be careful. Ooh, that's a lot of probes dying. That's a nice dot. But now the shuttle will be dead, probably. No! Mr. Fathertos, nice maneuvering, 14 probes, and now like around 5 more, so maybe even 6, so around 20 probes kill. That's incredible damage, and look at the supplies now, guys. Quark needs a Dark Archon, yeah. What Quark needs is a High Templar. Because he has 3 bases, he can add this third assimilator, third Vespin Geyser, and like he needs EOE, because all he has right now is goons and zealots. But the rivers are dealing incredible amount of damage during the fight. So he needs to be careful with fighting without any EOE. Look at that, without rivers, this is an equal battle. Okay, the rivers will die quickly. That's at least good for Quark. The amount of goons from Fathertos is incredible. This is the 2nd place finisher from Gosulik, guys, so this guy knows how to play. He lost to Squall 4-3 in the finals of the previous season of Gosulik. However, this is a great engagement for Quark. I think Fathertos was a little bit too optimistic about this engagement, even if he will break it. Like, yeah, he needs to pull back. Good thing for him is that he was able to push Quark back, but it was great for Quark that Fathertos attempted that, because he was able to kill a lot of goons this way, and we have similar supplies. What's the upgrade? +1 weapon against no upgrades from Father, but he's researching one. So Quark will eliminate this base. So Quark very smartly, he killed most of the observers from Father. And now he's building Dark Templars. So it should buy him additional time. It's a good area to fight with Quark. You can see his experience. That he knows he knows how to escape with the units. I think he rebuilt the probes, and you can see that there is no observer from Fathertos yet. So he's probably building one now, but this one Dark Templar will buy extra amount of time for those High Templar to gather energy. And we are in the opposite. Oh, actually, excuse me. There is actually a area damage unit in Fathertos army. Okay, we will have a couple Zealots counterattack. I really like this move. However, the Goons and High Templars should be enough to defend it from taking a critical damage. But this army of Quark will be finally eliminated. But I think it got pretty healthy amount of value. After killing those cannons, I think the River will have a field day while coming to this probe line. So that was a nice move to send the Zealot first. And we have only one River. And we don't have a River. So poor Tama doesn't have EOE anymore. He's just finishing his Templar archives. He has 1,000 gas, so definitely has potential of building a lot, but look at the upgrades from Quark. It's 2-1, and Quark will have an option to make Basilion of Storms, but he's fighting low ground, so I know that the Storms are powerful, but you usually want to fight at least at the same area, but it looks like the Storms are actually the game changers. A lot more Zealots coming from Father. We have free base versus free base, but his nickname in the game is Fathertos right now, and he's using Fathertos, but he is known as Tama, as Reps Tama from back in the days. Because he was a very, very high skilled Protoss back in the days as well, and that's why he's that good nowadays. Oh, so Quark is giving up this expansion just to kill the third base of Fathertos, so it's some kind of a base trade scenario. However, Quark has an extra base where he was able to transfer probes to, so if Quark will not lose his entire army right now, I think it will be a good situation for him, this trade. Nice River micro, eliminating a lot of those goons. Quark is not using the storms on top of the river, and the goons are dying relatively quickly. There is a lot of Zealots coming over here. There will be a couple more Archons, couple of more storms trying to defend this base. Nice probe drill just to block those Zealots to get on top of this cannon. What? Oh, okay, that was on this part of the... But still the probes are dying, so that was a very, very nice harassment. However, the army of Quark is still alive and still powerful. The Zealot is dancing and the probes are shooting. That's not very common sight. 2-1 upgrades. We will have a river harassment in the third base. There is no defense. There is no units over here, so that's actually a brilliant game sense from Tama. Storm from Quark, lowering the HP of those rivers, killing one already, but most of the probes were transferred, some of them were killed. Nice harassment from Father. But in the end, he lost his river and he only has one base. Obviously, he has some units and 3 Archons, but Quirk has more Archons and he's still mining from one extra base. So it looks like Quirk will be able to take the second game unless something unexpected happens. However, Father Toss, aka Tama, doesn't have more income. All he has is this 26 minerals. Guys, and if you haven't signed up, there is the next one, Surprise Tournament Qualification tomorrow, same time as today, so you can sign up, it's open for everyone. Okay, so again we will have a base trade scenario, but actually there is no base for Tama here, so maybe it will be main trade for fair base. Nice Storm from, but also nice River Micro from Tama. So it will be actually total base trade. And I think it's actually pretty good for Father, because like if Quark would stay in his base, he would still mine. But Father wouldn't mine anyway, so actually this situation gives a small chance for Father. Especially that Quirk is coming back, maybe because he has a High Templars, so with the usage of the High Templars he will be able to deal with this army. What are we watching, guys? Nice High Templar storms on the river. Very nicely done by Quirk, utilizing the energy. And looks like the high ground advantage is pretty powerful, but the storms are powerful as well, and those goons are stupid, attacking the gateways. But still, beautiful game from both players. Great game back and forward. I didn't know who will win until the end. And it looks like... Oh, there will be a Dark Templar, but there is Observatory and the money and the gas for it. But I love the idea. Is there any ops in the map? There is no ops. Okay, so he will make a cannon here. Is he making a... Oh, he is building an observer, excuse me. So now Father will see, okay, so there is observer, GG. Very good game from both players. Really good game, guys. Colosseum will be our next map. Oh, you can't add the scores earlier, right? Oh, spawning on the bottom left, we are having Mr. Fathertos, aka Tama. Spawning on the bottom right, we are having Mr. Quirk, aka Tugita. Yeah, there is a vote. Mr. Yukop has right. So there is a vote video option of watching on Trovo. You just need to go to the video room and then past broadcasts, and you can watch it there. Yeah, Mr. Rob, excuse me, this is a stream element. I need to read more about this bot. Because I'm using MooBot on Twitch and it doesn't have option for Trovo, so I needed to use the different one and I didn't read too much about it. But I promise I will do it when I will have time. Wink wink. Cybernetic core against Fast Forge. So Quark is bringing some special tactics to the table. So because you have high ground over here, I think this map gives you an option to go for expansion like this. I never thought about it, but it's actually, there is no better map to do it. Like obviously, maybe besides Katrina or I don't know, Bladestorm. Look at that. This hate towards Zeus. This poor Sunken is doing anything. Ooh, nice stutter step micro. Ooh. Look at this Zealot. Oh, because he was warmed up after attacking the Sunken. That's why you attack the Sunken. He was fucking warmed up. I'm so happy that I'm commenting, guys. This is actually great. I have a great time with you here. Thank you for watching and thank you for playing in this tournament. This is an additional event. Soon there will be BSL 16, I promise, because I'm working on it during the day. But thanks for watching this tournament as well, because I'm happy that Trovo wants to give us money for organizing those events. And they were satisfied after BSL 2 vs 2. That's why they gave us additional money to make this additional event over there, and I'm always willing to make events for the players if there is an option to it. So Fathertos had an option to go for, let's say, double expansion, but he decided to go for free gateway. Oh, so he cancelled the gateway and he's going for the Trovo. Okay. Mr. Flying, the man who crashed me ZVZ recently on the ladder. I got crashed badly. So this is a Dark Templar drop against a river. Or a simple observer, so... I wonder if Quark is cutting probes, but it doesn't seem like it. So most of his supplies is in probes right now, where Fathertos already has 10 supplies in the units. Yeah, I think we played someday. I think last Saturday evening when I was playing on Twitch. I think we played. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone who has the same nickname as you. So this Nexus is late, and the DT drop is. This is a good timing of an observer, but. Oh my god, but he will intercept it. Will Quark see that? Okay, so this shuttle is intercepted. But did he see that? He didn't, right? Ooh, that's a nice idea. But what will he do against this Dark Templar? There is Observer and 2 Goons, but there is Dark Templar in the main base of Fathertos. Quark is already dealing significant amount of damage over here. This Observer and those Goons are coming back, but this Dark Templar is doing the job. But at the same time, Fathertos is... he cutted Quark from this mining base. There will be a second Dark Templar. Those goons can escape from the Dark Templar a little bit. That was nice, nice storm buying time, because Quark don't want his Nexus to be killed. So definitely Father, aka Tama, lost more probes, and he has oversaturated natural and undersaturated main, which is very big problem at this stage, and it's hard to realize that. So let's see if he will send like 5 probes to the main base. That's very important. We can see that Quark has a very high number of probes. So if he will only build additional like 4 gateways, should be in good situation, very good situation. And he has upgrade. Usually if you are going Forge into cannons, you have option to build a relatively cheap upgrade which can be a game changer. You can see that now it looks a little bit more healthy, let's say. Still a little bit too many, but it looks good. It's not the end of the world, and we can see that this shuttle will be scouted very fast. Very nice reaction from Father Toss. And this is probably a river. So I wonder if Quirk is ready for it. Those two pylons means that I want the gateways. Nice interception of this shuttle, almost. I wonder those shuttles are like shadow stepping? I don't know how to say it, but they are... Ooh, Father does with that very nice catch almost. Quirk dealing a little bit of damage to the shields of those goons, and this goon got his ass a little bit kicked. Ooh, but this will be very nice interception. Probably there is a river over here, so that was a very significant loss for Father. He still has some goons to flank this army of Quirk. There will be 2 storms available only, so I don't think it's possible for Quirk to... Maybe actually with the 3rd storm, like if he will wait for a while, he will have more storms. Nice reinforcements, cutting reinforcements from Father. That's always nice move, and you always wonder as a player who is attacking, should I go back or do I have enough? Or maybe should I wait for the reinforcements? Maybe should I catch those units which are trying to catch it? And that's what he's doing. Nice catch from Quirk, and Father was lost like 6 goons for not for free, but definitely not worth it, right? But the biggest problem for him is that he lost a river, or maybe even 2 rivers in this shuttle, because that was the most valuable unit he had. Fortunately, he has 1 more river here, but what is 1 more river? Nice reaction from Father, not allowing his probes to be sniped. However, this river is undefended. It's killed before anything happens. You can see a lot of goons on the high ground from Father, so that's good for him, but so many good storms from Quirk, and his army is just a little bit too powerful. And you can see that on both fronts Quirk is victorious and Father Toss is GGing, which means that Quirk, with the 3-1 lead, 3-1 victory over Father Toss. So nicely done, GG, and Quirk is the next player who will advance to the BSL Surprise Tournament main event. So congratulations to Quirk, very nice event, very nice run. He had to deal with many strong opponents, so I'm hyped that we will have another good Protoss player joining the party. So for now we have Mr. Ziki winning 1st qualification, Mr. Boa winning 2nd, Mr. Dewalt winning 3rd, and Mr. Quirk winning 4th. Tomorrow we have a 5th one, same time, 6 p.m. Central European time. So you can sign up if you want. It's free to sign up for anyone outside Korea. So we meet at the same place. You should be in the BSL Discord and channel of BSL in StarCraft. What? Father won first game, then we have 1-1-1, which means this is 3-1. So Quark is a champion. Quark wins BSL Hoodie, plus Quark wins a seed into the BSL Surprise Tournament finals. So you can check it out here. We have 4 players. Mr. Demian is making the update of the Liquidpedia very quickly. So we have bracket number 4, and you can see that even the scores from the finals are almost updated. So thanks to Mr. Demian. And we have a nice. We are in the middle of qualifications. We are halfway through the qualifications. So I'm happy you guys are signing up. Remember to sign up for tomorrow. Today we have a 4-1. It's easy to check how to change it. Tomorrow we will have the 8-1, the 5th one. So we already have Nogwim, Croatian, Rod Stewart, John Blade, Fonger, Dragon, Nas, I'm Too Sexy For You, and Schinkler signed up. So that's great. Those are good, very good players. So I think this is it for today. As you can see, Quark is a champion of today's tournament. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't signed up for the Patreon or you haven't seen the post I created about the continuation of my journey as a full-time tournament organizer, you can check it out by typing !0. If you haven't signed up for the Patreon, you can sign up. Even $1 or $2 support a month is helping a lot. Definitely follow all the BSL social medias, because soon we might have a very nice announcement. I hope that you guys will like it. So it's worth practicing, guys, because your favorite tournament might be back. But Mr. Quark will have a hoodie, and that will be nice. That will be nice. That I will be aware that all the best players are possessing Super Gosu hoodie of BSL. Okay, guys, I think this is it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Let me just prepare the end screen. Okay, so see you tomorrow, guys, and thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and much love from me. Bye bye.